After the edging is completed, let's move on to decorations next. It's divided into the head, the body, the ears, the blush, the eyes, the nose, the belly, and small flowers, large flowers, tulips, leaves, flower stems, hearts, balloons. Let's start with the head. Use the chain stitch for casting on. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitches used include W, the SC3 and 1. Please watch the demonstration. Get the yarn. Tie a slip knot. Insert the hook into the slip knot loop. Adjust the loop size. Then start with a foundation chain of 10 stitches. After completing the starting chain, move on to crochet the first round. Start from the second chain from the hook. Pick up one strand on the top of the chain. Work one single crochet in each stitch. Continue until the second to last chain to finish. Now there is only one chain left. Crochet 1 SC3 and 1 in this chain. That means work 3 single crochets in the same spot. After completing, rotate the piece. Pick up the other 2 strands of the chain. Work one single crochet in each stitch. This refers to the insertion point for the single crochets on this side. Be mindful not to insert into the same position as the previous 3 single crochets. Keep crocheting until there is only one chain left on the left side. Now you've reached this position. Crochet one single crochet increase in the last stitch. Finally, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Slightly tighten. This completes the first round. The slip stitch is not indicated in the form. In reality, when crocheting in rounds, you always finish by joining with a slip stitch and tightening. At this point, the first round is complete. We will take the side with clear texture. Which is the side facing us? As the right side of the entire piece. The other side is the wrong side. You can cut off the excess yarn tail directly. Next, Let's crochet the second round. Start with 1 chain stitch as the turning chain for the single crochet. This turning chain is not marked in the table. In practice, when crocheting in rounds, you need to make a turning chain at the beginning of each round. The single crochet turning chain does not count as a stitch. You can tighten it slightly. Make 1 single crochet increase in the position of the first stitch of the previous round. That is, the insertion point of the joining slip stitch. Then work the corresponding number of single crochets on the left stitch sequentially. Three single crochets in the same stitch. After completing, correspondingly make single crochets. Keep working until before the second to last stitch. Make 1 single crochet increase in each of the last 2 stitches. After completing the last single crochet increase, you can check the stitch count. The total number of stitches for each round is indicated in the corresponding table. I won't mention this again moving forward. Next, work a slip stitch into the first stitch. Be mindful that, at the end of each round, you need to slip stitch to the first stitch. After completing the slip stitch, tighten it. This completes the second round. Continue to the third round. Start with 1 chain as a beginning chain. I'll emphasize again. When crocheting in rounds, always start with a beginning chain. You can slightly tighten it. I won't repeat this moving forward. Work 1 single crochet into the next stitch on the left. Then work 1 single crochet increase. 7 single crochets. Next, according to the chart. The parentheses here indicate a group. It means the stitch patterns inside the parentheses are repeated a few times. Start with 1 single crochet. Then work 1 single crochet increase. That completes one group. I'll demonstrate another group now. Start with 1 single crochet. Then work 1 single crochet increase into the next stitch on the left. This completes the second group of stitches. Everyone, work another group next. After completing it, work 7 single crochets on the left stitch. Then work 2 more groups. After completing them, join with the first stitch using a slip stitch. That completes the third round. For the following rounds, The stitch patterns have all been demonstrated before. Follow the chart all the way to the second to last round. Keep crocheting until the second to last round. I've already finished it ahead of time here. Now let's work on the final round. Make 2 chains as a beginning chain. This counts as 1/2 double crochet. Then work 1/2 double crochet into the same position as the slip stitch from the previous round. The here means working stitches in the same position. Work 1/2 double crochet increase into the left stitch. Then work 1/2 double crochet. This completes one group within the parentheses. Now work another group. Work 1/2 double crochet increase. That completes the second group. For the remaining stitches, follow the chart to finish this round. At the end, you can join with a slip stitch, or you can finish off like this. After completing the last stitch, leave a 50 cm tail of yarn. Insert the yarn needle. First, pass it through the first half double crochet stitch on the left side. Then, bring it back through the back loop of the last stitch. After completing this, set it aside for now. Once all decorations are finished, you can sew them together. That concludes the head section. Next, we'll learn about the body. Start with a magic ring technique. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitches used include ta, the HDC decrease, K, the skip stitch, TW, the HDC 3-in-1, fa, the double crochet decrease, and FV, the double crochet increase. Please see the demonstration. Get the yarn. Start with a magic ring. After completing the magic ring, move on to the first round. Work 1 chain as beginning chain. Then, work 7 single crochets into the magic ring. After completing it, tighten the starting tail. Tighten the center of the piece. Then, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. This completes the first round. From the second round to the 7th round, increase by 7 stitches evenly in each round. Increase by 7 stitches evenly in each round. That is, increase by 7 stitches evenly in each round. The stitch techniques have been demonstrated before. Just crochet according to the chart. I've already crocheted in advance. Next, let's work on the 8th round. Make 1 beginning chain. Crochet 3 single crochets into the next stitch on the left. Then, crochet 1 single crochet into the following stitch on the left. Chain 7. From the second to last stitch, Slip stitch 6 times in sequence. Pay attention not to tighten. After completing it, crochet 1 single crochet in the same spot, where you just worked the single crochet. Crochet 5 single crochets into the stitch on the left. Chain 7. From the second to last stitch, slip stitch 6 times in sequence. Crochet 1 single crochet into the adjacent stitch below, and to the left of the previous single crochet. Then, follow the chart to work the corresponding stitches. Continue all the way down until you finish this round. That's how you complete the 8th round. Now let's move on to the 9th round, which is the second to last round. Make 1 beginning chain. Crochet 3 single crochets into the stitch on the left. Skip 1 stitch and leave it unworked. The next stitch is a half double crochet decrease. Insert your hook into the spot where you made the previous slip stitch. First, work 2 incomplete half double crochets. Start with the first one. Yarn over the hook once. Insert. Yarn over. Pull through. That completes 1 incomplete half double crochet. Work another incomplete half double crochet on the left. Now there are 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over once, and pull through all loops at once. That completes the half double crochet decrease. Crochet 3 half double crochets in sequence on the left. Work 2 single crochet increases. After completing the first single crochet increase, rotate the piece. Still pick up at the insertion point. Crochet in the entry position of the slip stitch from the previous round. It's as if you've worked 4 single crochets in this spot. Continue with 5 half double crochets on the left side. Crochet into this side's insertion point. Skip 1 stitch on the left. Work 4 single crochets in sequence. Skip 1 stitch. Work 1/2 double crochet decrease. Two half double crochets. One double crochet. Work 2 double crochets and 1/2 double crochet into the left stitch. Pay attention to this part in the chart. It indicates that the stitches in parentheses are worked in the same position. Rotate the piece. Pick up on the left side. Crochet 1 HDC 3 in 1. This is the first slip stitch here. If you can't find it, everyone, just crochet in the same position as the previous stitch. The HDC 3 in 1 is to work 3 half double crochets in the same position. Continue to work 5 half double crochets sequentially on the left stitch. Crochet at the insertion point of this side stitch pattern. Skip 1 stitch. Work 12 single crochets sequentially. Skip 3 stitches. The next stitch is a double crochet decrease. First, work 2 incomplete double crochets. Start with the first one. Yarn over once. Insert the hook. Yarn over and pull through. You can gently pull the yarn a bit to keep it flat here. Yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. That completes 1 incomplete double crochet. Work another incomplete double crochet on the left. Now there are 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all loops at once. That completes the double crochet decrease. Work 1 double crochet on the left. Then work 1 double crochet in the next position. And work 2 half double crochets. Rotate the piece. Pick up the first slip stitch on the left. Work 2 half double crochets and 1 double crochet. Work 1 double crochet on the left side. Then work 2 double crochet increases. That completes the double crochet increase. That's it for the new stitch technique in this round. The following stitches have been demonstrated before. Just follow the pattern chart to crochet. Keep going all the way until the final round. Once it's completed, join with a slip stitch. That concludes the explanation for the last 2 rounds. Leave a long yarn tail for sewing. Set it aside for now. That concludes the body section. Next, let's learn how to make the ears. I'll explain both styles of ears together. Each ear consists of an outer ear and an inner ear. Let's start with the bear ears. Then we'll move on to the bunny ears. Please watch the demonstration. Take out your yarn. Start by crocheting the outer ear for the bear. For the bunny version, you can skip this part. You may choose to omit this section if desired. Begin with a magic ring. Crochet 3 single crochets into the ring. Pull the ring tight. Do not join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. This completes the first row. Now move on to the second row. Work 1 chain as the beginning chain. Turn your work. Crochet 3 single crochet increases into the stitch on the left side. Pay attention because the fabric piece has been turned over. The stitches should correspond to the top left corner position. This completes the second row. Continue with the third row. Work 1 chain as the beginning chain. Turn your work. Follow the pattern by crocheting 1 single crochet first. Then crochet 1 single crochet increase. Finish crocheting this row. This completes the third row. For the last 2 rows, just follow the chart instruction. After completing it, leave a yarn tail for sewing. Everyone can repeat this process, and make one more. That concludes the method for making the outer ear. The inner ear chart follows the first 3 rows of the outer ear. I've already prepared it in advance. Take one inner ear and sew it onto the outer ear. The right side of the last row of the ear should face you. There's no specific requirement for the sewing method, just make sure it's sewn securely. Besides the reserved yarn from the outer ear, hide all other yarn tails. After completing both ears, set them aside for later use. That concludes the tutorial for the bear style ears. Now let's move on to the rabbit style ears. Start with the outer ear. Chain 9 stitches to begin. From the second stitch from your hook, pick up one strand on the top of the chain and work 7 single crochets. On the last chain, work 1 single crochet and then 3 single crochets in the same stitch. Rotate the piece. Pick up the other 2 strands on the top of the chains and work 7 single crochets. Do not join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. This completes the first row. Now let's work on the second row. Chain 1 as beginning chain. Turn the work. Pick up the stitches from the previous row, and work 7 single crochets. Note that since the piece has been turned, the stitches should correspond to the position in the upper left corner. After completing the 7 single crochets, work 3 single crochets into the next stitch, on the left for an increase. Then continue with 7 single crochets. This completes the second row. Now move on to the last row. Chain 1 as beginning chain. Turn the work. Work 4 single crochets into the stitches below in sequence. Four half double crochet. Then work 4 half double crochet increases. Four half double crochet. Follow with 3 single crochets. Work 1 single crochet increase. Leave a long yarn tail at the end for sewing. That concludes the outer ear. Everyone can follow this method. Make one more. For the inner ear, just crochet according to the pattern chart. After completing the last stitch, do not join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. I've already made it in advance. Take one inner ear and sew it onto the outer ear. The right side of the last row of the ear should face you. There's no specific requirement for the sewing technique, just make sure it's sewn securely. After completing both, set them aside for later use. That concludes the rabbit style ears. Next, let's look at the blush, eyes, belly, and small flowers. Just crochet according to the pattern chart. For the blush and belly, use the same finishing technique as the head for closing the ring. After completing the first round of the small flower, you need to break the yarn, reattach the yarn and crochet the remaining rounds. After completing the last slip stitch at the end, cut the yarn directly, then pull the yarn tail to the wrong side. Just follow the pattern chart for crocheting. The nose is located above the starting point. Approximately covering the position of 3 single crochets. Then embroider 1 vertical line, covering the position of 2 single crochets. Below, I'll demonstrate the embroidery method for the nose using this small sample. Pay attention to the main body of the head. where the half double crochets are on top, and the single crochets are below. The ending position of the yarn tail is on the left. First, secure the yarn tail on the wrong side. After completing it, set it aside for later use. Next, let's talk about the large flowers. There is large flower 1, large flower 2, and large flower 3. All of them start with a magic ring. First, crochet in rounds counterclockwise. After completing it, divide into petals. The petals are all worked back and forth. I'll demonstrate large flower 1 first. Please watch the demonstration. Everyone, follow the chart to finish the first 6 rounds of large flower 1 first. After completing them, cut the yarn, and reattach the yarn to start crocheting round 7. At the end, slip stitch into the second chain of the beginning chain to join. After finishing round 7, don't cut the yarn. I've already prepared this part in advance. Next, let's crochet petal 1. Start with 3 chains as a turning chain. Crochet 1 double crochet into the insertion point of the slip stitch below. Work 7 double crochets sequentially on the left stitch. Work 1 double crochet increase. Then turn your work. Start with 2 chain stitches. These count as 1/2 double crochet. Crochet 1 double crochet into the first double crochet stitch below. Work 1 double crochet on each stitch on the left. The last double crochet is worked into the standing stitch of the previous row. Pick up the 2 strands of the third chain and crochet. Then turn your work again. Start with 2 chain stitches as a beginning chain. Do not work into the first stitch below. Work 10 double crochets sequentially from the second stitch below. Next, pick up the standing stitch on the left side. Pick up the 2 strands of the second chain. Work 1 double crochet increase. Continue turning your work. Work 2 chains as a beginning chain. Do not work into the first stitch below. Work 9 double crochets sequentially on the left stitch. Work 1/2 double crochet decrease. Finally, skip one stitch and leave it unworked. Continue by turning your work again. Start with one chain as a beginning chain. Skip one stitch. Work one single crochet on the second stitch from the left. Work 6 half double crochets sequentially on the left stitches. Work one single crochet. Work one chain stitch. Work one slip stitch. Be mindful not to pull too tight. Finally, skip one stitch. This completes petal 1. Fasten off the yarn and weave in the ends. Next, let's crochet petal 2. Locate the first row of petal 1. Find the insertion point for the double crochet increase. Attach the yarn on the left stitch to start crocheting petal 2. The stitch techniques used here have all been demonstrated before. All petals are crocheted back and forth. Follow the chart instructions. Complete petal 2, based on the pattern chart. This finishes petal 2. Next, join yarn in the 7th round to crochet the remaining petals. Each petal is connected like this. Reserve a long yarn tail for sewing on the last petal. Crochet according to the chart provided. This concludes the tutorial for large flower 1. Large flowers 2 and 3 are made following the same demonstration as large flower 1. Refer to the chart and crochet the corresponding stitches. This concludes the crocheting method for the large flower. Set it aside for later use. Next, let's learn how to make a tulip. Start with a chain stitch for the foundation. Work back and forth in rows. Finally, embroider line segments on top. The new stitch technique used is DC 3-in-1, long needle 1 stitch with 3 stitches. Please watch the demonstration. Get the yarn ready. Start by making 9 chain stitches. Next, begin from the 4th chain stitch from the end. Pick up one strand on the top of the chain, and work a double crochet increase. The 3 chains on the right count as one double crochet stitch. After completing the double crochet increase, continue to work 4 double crochets. Work 1 DC 3-in-1. That is, work 3 double crochets in the same position. This completes the first row. Now move on to the second row. Make 3 chains as the beginning chain. Turn the work. Work a double crochet increase in the first double crochet stitch from the row below. Hook 8 double crochets on the left side sequentially. After completing, pick up the starting chain on the left, and work a double crochet increase. This completes the second row. For the following rows, just follow the pattern chart until you finish the second to last row. Continue all the way down to the second to last row. Now let's work the final row. Turn the work. Hook 1 chain as the beginning chain. Skip 1 stitch. Work 1/2 double crochet in the next left stitch. Continue with 2 double crochets sequentially. Hook 1/2 double crochet. Hook 1 chain. Work 1 slip stitch. Hook 2 chains. Work 1 double crochet. The next stitch is a treble crochet. The method for crocheting a treble crochet is to yarn over twice. Insert the hook, yarn over and draw through. Yarn over again, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. Repeat this 3 times. That completes 1 treble crochet. Continue with 2 more treble crochets. Work 1 double crochet in the next left stitch. 2 chain stitches. 1 slip stitch. 1 chain stitch. 1/2 double crochet. 2 double crochets. 1/2 double crochet. 1 chain stitch. Finally, pick up the turning chain from the previous row, and make 1 slip stitch. After completing, cut a 50 cm segment of the corresponding color yarn. Embroider the line segment on the tulip. Place the wrong side of the first row facing you. Secure the yarn tail on the right side. Pass it to the middle position of the first row on the wrong side. The line segment should cover about 4 rows. All exits are in the same position. Insert in different positions. There should be an interval of about 3 stitches between each insertion point. For each position, embroider 2 lines like this. Finally, tie off and weave in the ends neatly. That concludes the tulip section. Now let's learn how to make the leaves. There are 2 types, leaf 1 and leaf 2. Both use the chain stitch, CH for starting. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitches include the CH1 picket, chain 1 picket. I'll explain leaf 1 first. Then we'll move on to leaf 2. Please watch the demonstration. Get the yarn ready. Everyone, refer to the chart for leaf 1. Complete the first round. I've already finished it here. Now let's move on to the second round. Make 1 beginning chain. Crochet 6 single crochets into the left stitch. Crochet 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Work 1 CH1 picket. Chain 1 first. Then insert the hook into the front loop of the single crochet. Slip stitch into the left yarn strand. Crochet 1 single crochet into the placement for the single crochet. Crochet 6 single crochets into the left stitch. Work 1 single crochet increase. Finally, finish off. That's how you complete 1 leaf. Everyone, finish crocheting the remaining quantity of leaf 1. There are no new stitches in leaf 2. Just follow the pattern chart to crochet. That concludes the tutorial on leaves. Next, we'll learn how to make a heart. There are large hearts and small hearts. Both use the magic ring method to start. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The new stitch technique used is F treble crochet increase. Below, I will demonstrate the large heart first. Then I'll explain the small heart. Please watch the demonstration. The stitches used in the first 2 rounds are. These have been demonstrated before. Everyone, follow the chart to crochet the first 2 rounds. I've already crocheted this part in advance. Now let's move on to the third round. First, crochet 1 single crochet. Then 1/2 double crochet. Next, work 1 double crochet into the following stitch, and then 1 treble crochet. Crochet 1 treble crochet increase into the left stitch. That means working 2 treble crochets in the same stitch. This completes the treble crochet increase. Now crochet another double crochet in the same position. The stitches that come next have all been demonstrated before. Follow the pattern chart and keep crocheting all the way down to the final round. That concludes the large heart. The small heart chart is just the first 2 rounds of the large heart chart. You can simply follow the chart to crochet it. That concludes the explanation for the hearts. Next, I'll explain how to make the balloon and stem. There are no new stitch techniques used here. Just follow the chart instructions to crochet. Once all the decorations are completed, next, we'll assemble everything. Please watch the demonstration first. Then proceed with sewing. Lay the blanket flat to start. Compare it with the finished product diagram to determine the positions. Place the decorations on the front side of the blanket. Take a look at how it looks. Check if it fits properly. Once everything is in the right position, begin sewing. You can also place the decorations according to your own preference. Now, I'll demonstrate the sewing method for attaching the ears to the main body. The sewing method is the same for both styles of ears. They just have different shapes. Below, I'll use this small sample to demonstrate the sewing technique. The position is not for reference. Thread the reserved yarn from the ear into the needle. Pick up a few stitches from the surface of the main body. Sew them together with a few stitches from the wrong side of the ear. Finally, tie off and weave in the ends neatly. That's how you sew one ear. Everyone, sew the other ear according to the position shown in the finished product picture. Next, take the head and the blush. Thread the reserved yarn from the blush into the needle. Sew it onto the head. The position is not for reference. This is just a demonstration of the method. Pick up stitches like this and pass through the head to sew it together. Finally, tie off and weave in the ends. That concludes the sewing method for the blush. Below, I will demonstrate the sewing method for the flower stem. Place the flower stem with the wrong side up. Cut a long yarn tail first. Pull out one strand from it. Thread it through the needle. Before sewing, everyone, slightly secure both ends in place first. After finishing sewing the flower stem, hide the yarn tails of the flower stem. Pass through the flower stem like this. Then pick up a few strands on the surface of the main piece. This is the sewing method for the flower stem. Everyone, sew the animal first. Then sew the flower stem. Finally, sew the rest of the decorations. Pay attention, the right hand on the body should be holding the flower stem. So when sewing the body, you can leave the right hand part unsewn for now. The belly should have the wrong side facing up. The hands on the body will grip the flower stem. You can start by sewing the section above the hands. Finally, sew the hands together. Simply pinch it. Put everything together right here. Sew a few stitches. It just needs to stay in place. Sew a part of the section below the hand first. Leave a little space unsewn at the end if needed. Flower, balloon, tulip. It's to secure the flower stem. Just make sure you sew it securely, it just needs to stay in place. Up to this point, we have covered everything about this product. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website, Susan's Family, sharing the joy of life. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode.